singer in Idols. It's the best city for me because there's a massive bands, good bands, kind of working really hard in a small space. There's just bands everywhere, and they're working hard, and it's like it feels like there's a lot of competition, which makes you a better band all the time. And they're all different. There's not one main genre. We're all kind of doing our own thing, and it's great.
My name's Andy Norton. I'm part of predominantly Kirsten Major. This is kind of where the Kirsten Major thing happens. Is my what should be my bedroom is turned into a room full of bits and pieces of some good equipment, I'd say. It's an interesting musical place because there are, first of all, so many musicians around. With so many musicians, some of them are going to be good. You know, and with so many songwriters and producers and engineers, some of them will be good. So eventually you get a pool of people who are really, really good, just doing really interesting things. I remember hearing that Bristol apparently has more musicians than any other place, any other town or city in Britain.
The underground scene, the DIY scene is so strong here. You know, like there's so many interesting people. It's more about the community, really. The people within the community make the scene so strong. It's the spirit of doing things yourself and the lack of willing to compromise and things like that. You know, it makes for far more interesting experiences. I think like it's important as you hear about these depressing movements of the music industry that you're willing to adapt and not be too afraid of change. And I think Bristol's a really good example of that. It simply means just trying to do everything yourself. You know, the more people you get involved, the more your ideas and visions are diluted and stuff. And I think that's like a fundamental thing that I think is lacking so much in so many parts of the country. And it's not to be seen as like people attempting to segregate themselves from the music industry or whatever. I think it's more that people are trying to create a new music industry.
There's no trip hop now, because musically no one wants to follow anything else really. There's always diversion, musically it will never stay the same. Since trip hop they've had loads of different things come through and it's always changing, which is great because you can't sleep on your music. You need to work fast and hard. And because of that, there's no room for fashion. So you don't get a lot of bands in Bristol like being all like cool. It's bullshit. There's none of that. There's no bullshit in Bristol. It's not about style. It's about substance. It's about good music, good songs. Yeah. Like every time we play in London, we're playing with another band who look great, but they sound shit.
London's kind of very known for the arms folded, maybe chin stroking kind of mentality. Like Bristol's a little bit more relaxed than that. And I noticed people in Bristol, certainly the band I was in, seemed to listen to the music, and they seemed to be enjoying the music as well. They were listening carefully but enjoying it.
It's a very liberal place where there's a long history of people fighting against the norm. There's, third generation immigration, a lot of West Indian, Afro-Caribbean cultures around, and obviously with that comes new art, new music, and people here are liberal. They're open-minded, so we learn from each other, and new things happen all the time. It's very easy to start as a musician, not financially, but because there's so many venues, there's always gigs going on. And when we started out 5 years ago, we were playing every week. The it's not hard to get gigs, which is great. There's a lot of support. There's no money, but there's a lot of support.
I think with like the way that technology has become available to people making bedroom studios and just, you know, finding alternative ways to record, I think you can do it anywhere really, but it's just seeking validation. Sometimes you need a community in which to be validated within. You can go it alone as long as you like, but I think it's like being part of a group of people who are like-minded is really important, because it gives you
The support.
Yeah, it gives you the support you need.
Like Massive Attack and Portishead, the two main Tricky, they all worked with each other and created a scene. And creating a scene is quite important in the UK, because there's not a lot of money. You have to look after each other, and that counterculture spirit comes from working together against the man, the Tory government, or whatever it is, you know. People look after each other, you know, like, yeah, we go to each other's gigs and support each other, even because we have the same mindset, the same philosophy of counterculture and new music and alcohol.
Hey, looky with your Holocaust lovers and your old pullovers.